Recently, I acquired 5 original bank-wrapped rolls of 60s copper Lincoln Memorial cents. I had 3 from 1962, and I could tell they're from 1962 based on the end coin. These were minted in Denver. I had 1 from 1963, and I could tell because it had an end coin. And then 1 had both reverses showing, so I didn't know what it was. I went ahead and opened it up, and it's going to be 62Ds as well. You can tell by the toning on the side that this was in the wrapper for a very long time. And when I pop the top of this roll, you can clearly see that the end coins are also toned, those that were facing out. But if I were to dump that one out, you can see it's bright red inside the roll. So we know these are original bank wrap rolls. For today's hunt, I'm going to be opening up this 1963 Denver minted Lincoln Memorial cent roll to see if we possibly have another 1963 DDO. Hey everyone, it's RobFindsTreasure. Welcome back to my channel. I think my intro pretty much covered everything. Like I said, I already have a 1963 Denver minted DDO graded PCGS MS65 red. Now this is the FS-101. I'll go ahead and put it under the scope. You can clearly see that we have pretty much the centerpiece of another 3 behind the actual 3 in the date. That's exactly what we're looking for. Now this is a much better example, a lot stronger of a strike, but same exact one, and mine's actually being shown through the plastic. Sorry about the glare. So we're looking for this one, and even though I have one, I'd like to see if I can get one from an original bank wrapped roll. Now, obviously, I'm going to set the tripod up and put some gloves on as we go through these. It could just be 50 pennies that are in nice shape that we don't have any doubling on, and that's okay. Once I get them out of the roll, once I've cherry picked through them, I'm going to go ahead and put them into this roll that I've already pre-made. I'm going to leave these in their original bank wrap roll because there is no really true RPMs, DDRs, or DDOs worth any value in 1962. As far as the Denver, there is a 62P DDO, but that's not what those are. I will go through this off camera and see if I have any gem type ones that I'd like to submit. I don't know how picky PCGS will be on the edges of the coins. Probably not very picky at all, as long as the faces of the obverse and reverse look good. So I'll go through that. If I find something worth submitting, I'll go ahead and do so, but likely not. Like I said, this is the focus today. Let me go ahead and set the tripod up, get the overhead shot going, get some gloves on, and let's open it live and see what we got in that roll. Before I get into the hunt, I figured I'd give you a little information about the 63D DDO FS-101. You can see on PCGS's price guide report, in a mid-state 60, it's worth about 20. In 62, it's 36. 63, it's 50. 64, it's 65. So really, it doesn't start paying for itself until you get to a mid-state 65 like the one I showed you that I have. Obviously, it'd be nice to get a 66 at 1,000. And of course, if you got something higher than a mid-state 66 red being the color, you can pretty much set your own price. You'd have the top pop no matter what. So we're looking for that. I'll go ahead and bring up an example. And what's nice about this example is mine is the one they used in the example. This 63 red is exactly my coin right here because I got it with the photo grade. And I guess the next highest one, or the one that's graded higher, did not get the photo grade. So that's my coin right here. Crazy. Anyway, definitely a good coin to have. And even recent sales, I mean, a 64 is sold for $53. A 65 is sold for $156. And there's only 2 graded higher than mine at 66. So that's what we're looking for. That's the mission. Now let's get on to the hunt. All right, we only get one shot at this to do it properly, so hopefully I don't have any mistakes. It had the customer's information on the roll, but I went ahead and removed that so not to share any personal information. If this is original, it should have some toning on all of the edges on the coins. Yeah, and that looks good. Take a look at that toning from being in the paper for 60 years almost. Isn't that crazy? Let's bring it up close so you guys can see it. Definitely looks like an original bank wrap roll. And I'll make mention that if you ever purchase original rolls from somebody and you don't see some edge toning, they probably have been cherry picked out the nicest ones and put into a paper roll, crimped up, and sold as an original roll. Now, if we do have any doubling on these, it'll probably be on a couple, because I would imagine these were from the same mint run, or at least there's going to be a few runs in here, because the coins do get mixed up in a hopper and then sorted and then put into rolls. So it is possible that we may not have any. It is possible we may only have one, but typically if we have anything of value, there'll be more than one found in this roll. You can already see that the coins are bright red in between. This is the obverse facing out, and then look, it's nice and bright red inside. Now, I don't have my overhead bright light on purpose because it makes everything like a yellow tone when I wear blue gloves. I will be scoping these off camera, but I still wanted to give you guys just a quick look at the coins. I'm just going to pull a few out here really quick and give you guys a few close-ups of how nice they are. Yeah, they look pretty good. Obviously, they do have some edge toning, and there is some rim toning as well. But overall, they definitely look like they would qualify for at least a red-brown or a red type coin if I were to submit them. Now, I'm going to take each of these coins, place it under the scope one at a time. If I run across something that's worth mentioning, I'll bring it back. Otherwise, I'll be back with a recap of if any finds or if we have anything worth grading without any doubling. Well, I'm back, and unfortunately, I didn't find any DDOs in this roll. I'll tell you, I've kept them in the exact order this goes on top of how they were in there, so when I put them in my plastic tube, I can make sure they're in the original way that they were wrapped from the mint. That being said, I think we only had a couple of different die varieties that were in there because some of the mint marks looked a little bit different. The best find that I really found was only one of them, was this 63D right here. And it does have a little bit of a die chip right there on the forehead. That was the only thing worth mentioning, but take a look at because how it was stored for all the years. There are a lot of carbon spots and a lot of toning marks all around this coin. So because of that, none of them are going to be in the kind of quality that I would submit for grading. They won't get a high enough grade to kind of warrant the cost. Yeah, maybe they get a 64 or 65 red or red brown, but that's about it. A lot of them are in pretty tough shape overall because, like I said, how they were stored. Either way, it was still fun going through them, and now I get to add an original roll to my collection. I know it was a short video, but anyway, I just wanted to kind of point out the nuances of if you buy original bank wrap rolls, what you should see, and make sure you're looking for varieties because you never know when you could score one that's worth a lot. If you enjoyed this quick hunt, I'd appreciate that thumbs up. And as always, everyone, happy hunting and thanks for watching.